It was supposed to be a private letter to family and friends written by a doctor who has studied coronaviruses since the 70s.
But now, Florida Dr. James Robb's advice on slowing the spread of the coronavirus has made its way online. News 13's Karen Wynn took his suggestions to a local microbiologist.
Much of the advice you've heard before, like wash your hands, really wash them. Our local microbiologist says getting the details right could be the difference between getting sick and staying healthy. At the top of Dr. Robb's list, no handshaking. Use a fist bump or a slight bow instead. Dr. John Weiner, Dean of Allied Health at AB Tech, couldn't agree more. In fact, Weiner, a former virologist at the MD Anderson Cancer Center, would like to see handshaking stop altogether.
It's a archaic practice that was devised to kind of say, look, I have no weapons in my hand. But in reality, why do we need to do that?
Robb's letter also advises opening doors with a closed fist or hip, or better yet, with your foot.
There's a very large percentage of people that don't wash their hands after using the bathroom. And knowing that, and then they touch the door, why should you touch the door?
Weiner also agrees with having hand sanitizer that's about 70% alcohol in your vehicle and throughout your home and workplace. And take your time washing your hands.
Actually, the physical rubbing of the hands is as good as the soap is for getting rid of germs on the hand. And I always used to say to students that you should do it by singing the happy birthday song twice to yourself.
Sneeze into a disposable tissue, or if you don't have one, your elbow. Like Dr. Robb, Weiner says zinc lozenges can help fight off the coronavirus, but it's not the, quote, silver bullet that will kill the virus as touted online.
Today, Governor Roy Cooper announces the first case of the coronavirus in North Carolina. The patient is a Wake County man who had traveled to Washington State.
The coronavirus outbreak is prompting many schools to adjust their study abroad programs, and that includes Western Carolina University. News 13's Rex Hodges live in Cullowhee tonight. Rex, what actions are they taking there?
Western Carolina University has also canceled some study abroad programs and is pulling some students already overseas in high impact countries back home.
The coronavirus, an unexpected wrinkle into Western Carolina University's International Programs Office.
It's a challenging situation for everyone involved.
Western with many students studying abroad, some in heavily impacted countries.
So we've canceled some student abroad to Japan and pulled students back from South Korea as well.
The university's Associate Academic Affairs Provost, Brandon Schwab, says 2 students pulled back to North Carolina from South Korea. Even the plane travel these days can be worrisome.
And I also don't know how well the plane company wipes everything down before they, how they don't have enough time. The last people just left.
But Schwab says the Western students are in good shape.
We've been in contact with them. They're healthy, feeling good.
Western also has 125 international students on the Cullowhee campus this year.
China, we have a couple, South Korea, Japan.
He says they've been here since August, none traveling home for the holiday break.
We're confident that we haven't had any influx of students from abroad since this outbreak occurred in the late fall.
Schwab says they likely have visa requirements to return to their home countries when the academic year is up. The coronavirus perhaps remaining a variable, although he says they've not expressed major concerns.
We would have to work with students on a case-by-case basis, depending on what their needs and desires are.
Deputies in Henderson County investigate a threat at East Henderson High School. They say someone wrote a message alleging violence would occur on the school grounds today. Now law enforcement is on high alert. News 13's Taylor Stewart joins us live. Taylor, what's happening?
Yeah, well, we've seen a steady flow of officers circling the school here. Now, it's typical to have about 1 deputy at the school at a time. We've seen at least 3 today. Now, the threat came yesterday, according to school officials. A spokesperson for the sheriff's department says they were contacted by administration Monday evening. Someone reported seeing a threat written on the stalls of the girls' bathroom. It was a threat of violence to take place today on the school campus. School leaders did not want to get deep into the details of the specifics of that threat. They did tell me, though, it was enough to ramp up security here and at public schools across Henderson County. school leaders say there's a lot of misinformation circulating on social media. They're encouraging students with credible tips to report them to law enforcement or through the See Something, Say Something app.
Voters head to the polls across the mountains for the Super Tuesday primary. Rain this morning did keep some voters away, but the polls are still open for another hour and a half. News 13's Kimberly King joins us now live from West Asheville, the library there, a polling location. And Kim, are they still seeing people strolling in there?
Frank, they are. We don't see a line out the door, but it is a primary. And so the Board of Elections directors tell us that typically you don't see a huge turnout, although we are getting some initial numbers that indicate, unless there's a major catch-up, that we could slightly trend behind 2016. This polling location here in West Asheville, we're told, had over 400 voters as of early this afternoon. Now, the latest tally in Buncombe County for voting today as of 4 o'clock is 29,000. In 2016, according to the Board of Elections, the voting numbers for the day of the primary were 45,000. So that's about 6,000 more than where we are now. But people come to the polls after work, so we still have 90 minutes left.